It's summer in the Great Smoky Mountains. While temperatures across the southeast may be in excess of 90 degrees, it rarely gets out of the 70s along the crest of the mountains. Thunderstorms are common in the summer, and steep valleys remain cool and shaded. An abundance of water and cool temperatures during even the hottest months makes this an ideal location for wild trout.
Trout are commonly found as low as 1,500 feet, but native brookies usually start to show up somewhere around 3,000 feet. They average 4 to 6 inches in most streams. Many locals refer to them as specks, short for speckled trout. Historically, they were found in bigger streams and grew larger, but they've since been replaced by rainbow trout, which were introduced in the 1920s. Most of these streams aren't very big, but they're steep and really rugged, so big boulders, beautiful waterfalls, and plunge pools are very common.
There are a few wild brook trout streams in the Smokies that follow along roads, but most of them require a bit of a hike. This virtually guarantees you seclusion on the water, and we feel like it's worth the extra effort. Dense thickets of rhododendron make it difficult to access the water even when trails parallel a stream. This means we get in the water and usually stay in the stream most of the day. Always remember that this is wild country. There are approximately 2 black bears per square mile in the Smokies, and other animals live here too. We field a ton of questions from fishermen about bears and snakes, but the simple truth is that these animals just want to be left alone. Wildlife attacks are exceptionally rare in the Smokies, and you're far more likely to be injured slipping on rocks.
Brookies will usually take a wide variety of flies and are rarely choosy. Bushy, high-floating dry flies in size 14 and 16 are best. Specks are actually a subspecies of brook trout since they've thrived in geographic isolation for thousands of years. They have exceptionally bright coloration and always seem to have plenty of red markings. Even with their bright colors, their camouflage is impressive. They melt right into the rocky background and seem to just disappear.
Specks over 8 inches are pretty rare, and very few of these fish will ever grow to more than 10 inches long. On the other hand, anglers who favor specks are more impressed by their color and wild spirit than their size.
Even though the brook trout are aggressive, they are a wild fish, so they'll flee at the first sight of danger. It's important to stay hidden and fish upstream. Wade as little as necessary and try not to disturb calm water.
Shallow and clear water in these streams can make for some excellent sight casting. Move slowly and watch closely as you move along. I spotted this nice speck and dropped the dry fly right on him. I first noticed this fish in the stream when I saw his bright red fins. Fish just don't get much prettier than this one.
If you're interested in learning more about exploring these streams, pick up our book, Fly Fishing for Brook Trout in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, Advice from the Guides. You can order it on our website.
Better yet, book us for a day of fishing and we'll show you ourselves. For R&R Fly Fishing, this has been Ian and Charity Rudder, and we'll see you on the water.